morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, bitches. Good morning, everybody. We do have a special guest.
I don't know if you can see Steven back there, but he there.
Steve the cat is back there.
He really wishes that we would just leave him alone.
Welcome to Good Morning, Bitches. We are continuing a new season's
New format.
Discussing albums that are formative, either musically or just emotionally.
Yeah, or just in our, general awareness of music as a whole and different genres that we were introduced to and how we came to love and understand them.
Yeah. So Tuesday we talked about Sheryl Crow's self-titled album, which was very formative for both of us.
Yes.
Today we're talking about albums that were only formative for each of us.
Yeah. But that are on a similar plane.
Yeah. So, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I will go first in talking about Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap by AC/DC.
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing a little bit of research because it was the first AC/DC record that I actually owned, that I made a choice, you know? I decided on that record.
Set,
No, it was a record. I had I had it on vinyl. And for all intents and purposes, it was the first AC/DC album ever. You know, that was just what I thought that it was, but I was just looking it up, and it was actually the third studio album by AC/DC, but it was not released in the United States until a year after Bon Scott died.
Huh.
It's very confusing because Back in Black was the first album that featured Brian Johnson as the lead singer. The story of the band is insane.
Yeah.
It's really, really crazy. You know, two brothers in Australia formed a band, and Bon Scott was their lead singer, and he was absolutely insane, and he did all the drugs and drank all the booze, and then he died. And then they were going to quit as a band, but they had a friend from Australia who was just on the periphery the whole time and was like, I could probably join your band. And then he joined the band and they were like, holy shit, you have you sound exactly like we need the singer of this band to sound, and you're great. So, and then for Back in Black to be their comeback album after their lead singer died, and it went on to become one of the highest selling rock albums of all time.
I mean, I will say that Back in Black is the only AC/DC album I've spent any time with.
Yeah, and rightfully so. A lot of people have. So I resisted AC/DC and much classic rock for most of my teenage years because I was a fucking punk. And also because, I had a terrible teenage boyfriend who was a stoner hippie who was always trying to mansplain rock music to me, and I was always like, fuck off, I'm a punk, I don't need your James Taylor and I don't need your bullshit, no thank you. But as the years went on, I would hear AC/DC songs on the radio all the time because I also worked a number of jobs in warehouses with old dudes who listened to classic rock radio all the time, and I'd be like, man, that song actually kind of rips. All right, I guess I'll give it a try. And I was into buying records at that time, and I found a copy of Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. The album art for the American version is super weird.
It's not good.
It's really strange.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's not good.
It's the people
with the things.
Yeah. It's weird. I was like, this is really strange, but I got it. I took it home, and I thought it was great. I will say I understand that AC/DC is a problematic band because their lyrics are just about girls and partying, and there are a lot of really not clever sexual innuendos, mostly about penises.
Yeah.
But there was a time when I thought that was funny.
There's also not a place.
Yeah.
in what the world for stuff like that. I mean, speaking as a British person, I love a double entendre.
Right. Well, Big Balls is the AC/DC song for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there was I also knew of AC/DC from my Uncle Brian, who was the front person of a nationally touring hair metal band in the 80s.
Incredible.
when he came back from that adventure, he started the DJ business and he DJ'd all of our family parties. And undoubtedly, at those family parties, there would be a karaoke segment where he would rip through Dirty Deeds Under Cheap, the song. And it was amazing. So I in the process of pushing back against it because other people told me I should like it, but also like having a soft spot in it because I was like, my Uncle Brian likes AC/DC and he's really cool. And also he like gets the fucking party started at every single family reunion, Christmas party, whatever, because he sounds just like Bon Scott. It was insane. So, and seeing him like just rip through it at a family party also inspired me to do karaoke for the first time at a family function. I did karaoke to me and Bobby McGee, Janis Joplin. So I came to I really love AC/DC. I love that record, and to the point where in one of the first Halloween cover band shows that we ever put together, when I was still in lady business and we were two-piece, we were AC/DC for Halloween.
Wow.
We did a full AC/DC cover set, and it was so fun. And there was also something really great about just like two bratty, like punk rock riot girl chicks, like stripping down all of those AC/DC songs and playing them as a two-piece. It was super fun. It was a really good time. So that's AC/DC.
Yeah. I was going to talk about Bon Jovi, but specifically Crossroad, the best of Bon Jovi, because I've never owned another Bon Jovi record.
Yeah, I don't own any other AC/DC albums.
but my God, did I love the best of Bon Jovi. So I looked it up. This record came out in 1994, and so I was 12. And excuse me. I was trying to put a chronology together as to why I even got it. So this record, it was a best of, but there were two brand new tracks on it. And one of them was the song Someday I'll Be Saturday Night, which is not a good song. And the other one was Always, which was this, for anybody that doesn't know, is this like gigantic piano-led rock ballad that I don't know about in America, but was a monster hit in the UK. So I think that was my gateway. Just because I, at that time, really only consumed music from radio and like Top of the Pops, which is a British music TV institution. They also on Saturday mornings for like an hour, there used to be this show on ITV called The Chart Show that just showed music videos. It was like MTV for people who couldn't afford MTV. For just 1 hour. 1 hour a week, we got to see the videos. So I probably saw it there because it had a very dramatic video from what I remember. And because I also definitely had the single of Always. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the single.
Yeah, I had a Bon Jovi single. So I remember buying it and bringing it home and my dad being like, that's only got 2 songs on it. Why would you buy that? And I did not have an answer for him.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was cheap, I guess was the answer.
I mean, I got my fair share of singles.
What happened with the best of Bon Jovi is, so it goes all the way back to like when he had long hair. I don't know what the oldest song on it is. Like Runaways on it. I don't know. But I got it because of Always, which was a ballad, and then I heard the rest of the record and I was like, holy shit. This is the best music I've ever heard at age 12. And got super, super into the cassette, played it constantly. And at the time, the only instrument that I could play was the piano. I may have been starting clarinet lessons, but that's really no help. And I purchased the piano music for the whole of the best of Bon Jovi, which actually, now I'm thinking about it, might be here.
We should have a look.
Did we bring it back from my mom's house?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's a bag of piano music back here. Here it is. The historical artifact. So
show that picture on the back. That's great.
Tough. Tough. So it's literally songs that are not in piano, like laid out for piano, and it allowed me to kind of play rock music for the first time in my life, and so I did a lot. I played that. I played all of those songs. Some of them,
a legacy.
Some of them really don't work on the piano.
Yeah.
You Could Love a Bad Name definitely doesn't work on the piano.
I guess that was them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Huh. That song was huge here.
Yeah.
That was a big hit.
I mean, the other thing that we were talking about yesterday that I think is a really important factor with Bon Jovi is just how bad the lyrics are. And I don't think that this is discussed enough.
Yeah.
And it's funny as well because I think a lot of people don't necessarily listen to Bon Jovi because of the lyrics. But as a teenage girl, I did. Like, I needed to know what all the words were, and they're really bad. There's I forget what song it is. I think it might be I'll Be There For You. There's this one where the opening line is I guess this time you're really leaving. I heard your suitcase say goodbye. That's his opening gambit. Undoubtedly the Bon Jovi song that has the best bad lyrics is Bed of Roses.
Oh, yeah.
Which it's got my favorite. I really like it when people misrhyme things. So like, I want to be just as close as the Holy Ghost is glorious. But he also opens verse 2 with an ironclad fist. I wake up and French kiss the morning.
Ew, that just gross.
Which is just mwah.
Oh.
So yeah, if you want to really experience the best worst lyrics, I strongly recommend Crossroad, the best of Bon Jovi.
I mean,
particularly the song Bed of Roses.
Yeah. The thing about Bon Jovi is that like it's like so earnest, like they're so serious.
Yeah. He really means it.
And yeah, I mean, you know, AC/DC was not trying to be anything else. They had no aspirations to be anything other than like the biggest party band in the world.
No, John Bon Jovi wants you to know that he's a poet.
Yes.
But also he wants to have sex with you.
Yeah. That's fair.
To be clear.
Yeah.
And then when he inevitably cheats on you, which is also something that happens a lot in Bon Jovi songs, he's gonna write songs with lyrics like, I want to lay you down on a bed of roses, but tonight I sleep on a bed of nails.
Oh, the drama. All right. Well.
So yeah, I would also say that like I never used to sing. As a child, I was self-conscious about not being able to sing. So for a period of time, when I was a tween, I was at a different school to my brother and sisters. I'm the oldest. So I would get home a little earlier and I would play Crossroad, the best of Bon Jovi, on the piano, and I would sing. And then I would gradually, like, if I heard someone come home, just keep singing. And eventually, like, everybody would just, amazingly, everyone in my family was just cool with the fact that I just wanted to sing Bon Jovi at them. And that is how I sort of learned to have some confidence with singing, I think. So thank you, John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that family party where I did karaoke was like the first time, other than like school choir,
that
I like stood up in front of people and attempted to do the singing.
And I think that this kind of ridiculous classic rock, hair metal, whatever, wherever both of these bands sit somewhere between those two genres, like that is really its gift to the world, is that it's super singable and it's not generally very taxing. Every now and then, John Bon Jovi will go for a high note, but it's
I mean, AC/DC is not easy to sing.
That's true.
But it's like,
you know what I'm
it
saying.
amps you up, though.
Yeah.
It makes you want to like join in and be a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's really all you can ask for from a good song, right?
I think so.
I think so.
So that is the end of our TED Talk on AC/DC and Bon Jovi and their place in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back on Tuesday. We're going to be talking about the record Crash Diagnostic by the band Discount, which was a big one for both of us. You also liked the record before.
I mean, arguably, Half Fiction is my go-to Discount album, but I also have, there's a place in my heart for Crash Diagnostic.
So that is what we'll be talking about on Tuesday. But now, before we leave you, we're going to play one of our songs, which I think musically is the closest to what we've been talking about. Ready?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. All right. We'll see you Tuesday. Have a good weekend.